Hello everybody, welcome back and welcome back to yet another training. This time we're going to give a walkthrough on how I design my wonderful week design and wonderful day design, WWD and WDD. Now we use Trello. If you want to use Trello, if you know how to use Trello, good, we can give you a template if we haven't done so already. If you don't use Trello but you want to use Trello, we can give you the template and we can give you training. So just reach out to Sonia or somebody in the team. You can do this on paper though. You can do this on a piece of paper with a pen. You can do this on another software. It doesn't matter how you do it. What you do is what matters, right? So what matters. So I'm gonna give a walkthrough of my methodology on Trello. The same applies anywhere else. Deal? If you see anything confidential with family, it doesn't matter. And so let's start. This is future, ongoing, LS. This is stuff that as I think of that needs to be done perhaps in the future, but it's not imminent, I put down there. For example, let's say I need to put shelving down there, right? Shelving, right? At the back, right? It's not urgent, I just put it there. It's misspelled, but don't worry about it. Actually, yes, it does frustrate me. So, shelving, boom. So, it's not urgent. I put it in here, no problem. Good. So it's Saturday today. This is exactly the best time to do it. You can do it on Sunday, you can do it on Friday, you can do it on Monday morning before anything starts. It doesn't matter. The wonderful week design. So the practice of looking ahead, right? So today is Saturday, but let's imagine that it's not. Let's imagine that it's the end of the week next week, right? Saturday next week. And let's imagine that I look back and it's been a wonderful week. What happened? What made it a wonderful week? Now, anything that has got a red label, don't worry about it because it's my team and it's not me. So let's ignore that. But basically, I start with a pretty much empty week. Maybe some stuff has been left behind from the week before, but it doesn't matter. So what I do, I look at my future ongoing and I see if there is anything important. The stuff that is important is labeled with the top 90. Now, if you've done any modules in this training, you probably have heard me talking about the top 90. It is in the productivity module as well. It's basically the one thing, 90. 90 stands for 90 minutes. And the practice is that you assign 2 slots of 90 minutes a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Maximum, it could be 1, but maximum 2. And these are times where you work without interruptions, without distractions on the needle movers, on the stuff that move the business forward. And the stuff that is top 90, right, is labeled top 90. Let's say that the shelving, for whatever reason, becomes a top 90. I'm just gonna go in and assign the label top 90. Boom, it's there. And when I assign the label top 90, then I like to bring them all at the top, right? The stuff that is important is at the top, right? There's one here. Okay, boom. So all the top 90 is at the top. So I look at my week and I look here, is there anything important that needs to be done? Well, the content batch, I need to do this week, so I'm gonna put it here. As you can see, there are some things that are already in there, apart from the red one, they don't belong to me. But the stuff that is already there is labeled with recurring. That is because it happens all the time. The morning routine happens all the time. And I can probably take that out as well. I left it in because my morning routine changed slightly a while ago. I added a tracker and my movie, and so I leave it in there. But actually, once it becomes a habit and it's really formed, you can just archive it, right? You don't need it anymore. The learning, I always put it there because what I learn changes. And so I want to put the details there. And so this is basically every single day. At the end of the day, I will move it to the next day. I'll talk about that in a moment. Now you can see there are some items here that were left from the week before, and that's because I haven't done them. So I leave them there. I definitely need to do them. And actually, this has now become a top 90 because the date is fast approaching of this workshop. So it's become a top 90, and this has actually been done. So I can archive it. The shelving, it was already shelved. So let's say shelving is top 90, so I'm going to put it in this week. Close to sell, I'm going to put it in this week. The super quick wins training, I'm going to put it in this week because now it's top 90, and so is the masterclass. So I've already got a good number of top 90s. Content batch, there's actually a duplicate. I don't know what that is, but leave it there and replace it with this. This is what I meant, the content batch. It doesn't really matter what it is for the sake of this training. I just want you to see how I built my wonderful week design. Right. So I think, okay, fine. Is there anything else in here that I need to include? Not in here. Okay, good. So if it's been a wonderful week, I would have done this masterclass with Ron. I would have done the shelving. Would have done this. No, it wouldn't have been a wonderful. I think I would have wanted to publish the SAM 3.0 learning portal. I would have got CRM chosen, right, with Billy, and I would have wanted to donate to ComFed and well aware, and this is the time, well aware, this is the time this week where we have to donate, and this is where I want you to now think outside of the business. So I'm not going to do this accurately. I just want you to get the concept. So let's imagine I finished all my business entries. Maybe this needs to be a top 90 now because it really needs to happen. And the 3.0 needs to be a top 90 as well. What is the 3.0? Complete. Doesn't matter. Oh, here it is. So, like I said, this is just to give you an example. It's not realistic. There are too many top 90s compared to everything else. It could happen, but it seems that it's a bit heavily skewed on the top 90s. Normally you have more actions. And I'll talk you through the relationship between top 90 and non-top 90 in a moment, right? But let's imagine I've done my business stuff and now I want to do some personal stuff. I lose 1 kg, lift XX kgs. Then maybe I want to spend one-on-one with each of the senatores, etc. Right? So I put some personal stuff. Call Marco, that's an old friend, right? All the personal stuff, and maybe this is a top 90, right? It doesn't move the business forward, but it moves the life forward. It's important because I haven't spoken with Marco in a long time, right? So, and this maybe it happens all the time, so it's not a top 90 because it happens all the time. So I can just assume that this will happen. It doesn't have to happen on any specific day, right? So once I've got all my week design, then I'm happy. And I look at my week and I think, okay, if all these things happen, would it be a wonderful week? Yes. That is if everything happens, it will be a wonderful week. But what if only the stuff that is top 90 happens? What if all that I do is the top 90s? Now, the secret here is that you want to make this week a good week, a week that moves life and business forward, even if you only do the top 90s. The flip side of that is that the top 90s are your non-negotiables. So unless something really important, an emergency happens, these are things that you gotta do. Make sense? Now, like I said, typically you will have a bit more non-top 90s items, but let's imagine that I've got that completed. Good. So now I've done the week. How about the day? So it's still Saturday. Let's imagine it's the end of Monday this time. It's been a wonderful day. What happened? Good. So I want to have this training done by Monday night. I want to have this masterclass panned out, right? So it needs to be planned. And then my 2 top 90s. Then I need to get back to the LinkedIn pips. I want to start this 30-day power challenge. I need to check the LinkedIn because I haven't done it in a while. And yes, I make this donation. Good, right? Now, before I confirm that, I will look at my calendar. I won't do it now because it's names and sensitive stuff, but I will look at my calendar and I will think, is this realistic? Can I do this? Monday is my busiest day. So I'll look at it and maybe I'm going to have to take this out. Right? So maybe I'm going to go have 1 top 90. Right. I always say you only have 1 top 90 per section, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. As you can see, there are 2 here, simply because this is a recurring top 90 that has been like that for the week because we are putting this live, right? And so as you can see, it's just part of the publishing the 3.0. Right? And this is just because it happens during my morning routine, right? And it's a top 90 because we signed up with a new mentoring program and I want to make sure that we make good strides. So it happens before the day. Don't get confused with my list. All you need is 2 top 90s per day, really. You don't need any more than 2. If you want to put your morning routine as a top 90, then it will be an extra section and it will make it 3. I hope this wasn't confusing. If it is, just reach out to me. right? Now, I'm happy with this day. It fits into the calendar, good. And that's it, I'm done. Now I go to bed, or I go and live my weekend. On Monday morning, I wake up, I come to this. The first thing that I do after meditation, after the victory hour, is I open my Trello. Like I said, you can do this on a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. And you think to yourself, okay, Monday, this is what I said I was going to do. A, is this still realistic? B, will this still make the week wonderful? Always double check on it, because something could have happened in your mind or in real life, right? So always double check. If you're good to go, you're good to go. You go through your day, you hopefully get this stuff done. Certainly you will get this stuff done, and then you label it as done with a label, or you label it as done if you want to have a record maybe of the description for some reason. Otherwise, I'm just going to archive it, right? If it's done and dusted, I'll just archive it, right? For now, I'll just move it back here. So let's imagine I'm done this. This, because this is a recurring item and so is this, I'm just going to put them back right into Tuesday, because they happen every single day, right? So it's a thought night that goes on for the week, because it's a bigger project, and this is just a recurring project, right? So that's it. Let's say that I've done this, so I will archive it. For now, I just move it there. I got all of these guys, so I just, like I said, I'm moving them here now because I don't want to delete them, but actually, once you've done these items, you just probably archive them, right? Boom and boom. So done it, done everything. I'm happy. Or maybe I haven't done everything, right? So maybe there are these 2 items that are left over. At this point, I decide whether I want to move them to the next day, to the day after, or maybe, you know what, this is not actually important for tomorrow. I'll get it at some point during next week, during this week. Or maybe this is not even important this week, I'll put it back there, right? You can do that if you want. Don't use it as an excuse, but if it's legitimate. So then you end up with a day looking like this. That's it. I've done Monday. It's been a wonderful day. I'm happy. Now, what you do is you bring the next day in front, or that's what I do, right? I bring it in front, so that is the focal of my attention, or the focus of my attention. And then before I finish work on Monday, I do exactly the same. Let's imagine it's Tuesday night and it's been a wonderful day. What happened? Okay, well, now I need to program. I need to plan this, right? I need to definitely get this ordered now, because it's been important. I've got 2 tornitis. They're important, but they're going to take me not that very much, not an hour and a half, so I'm going to put another one in, right? And this is a personal one that happens after work. I'm going to be, I'm going to take 1-to-1 with Rafi, so in here in this description, I'll probably say Rafi, right? And then when is Maxi's turn, I will then put Maxi. Good, right? So I plan my next day, a bunch of other stuff, whatever they are, right? Okay, a bunch of other stuff. I plan my day, good. I look at my calendar. Is it realistic? Yes, it's realistic. Good. Go to bed, have a glass of wine, have dinner, whatever you want to do, right? Morning after, you wake up on Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, this is what I said I was going to do, which will make the week wonderful. Will it make the week wonderful? Okay, yes, it will. Is it still realistic? Yes, will. You gotta go. You gotta go to work. That's all you gotta do, right? So, at the end of the day, you repeat the drill. Once you finish with this list, it goes back to its place on Wednesday comes in. Makes sense, guys? I really hope this makes sense. And that's it. And you go through your week pretty much with the same methodology. Now I'm going to have to put it all back there what it was. You go through your week exactly the same way. And this allows you to be in charge of your week and not week being in charge of you. Because you plan it, you double check it, you make sure that it's realistic according to what you've got in your calendar. And listen, for me, this has been the #1 productivity hack ever. So I really hope this has been helpful. I really hope you don't get bogged down to the tool that you use. It doesn't matter. You can do this on paper. It doesn't matter. I used to use a tool called Any.do. Then I use Trello. Maybe tomorrow I use Asana. Some other day I may use something else. It doesn't matter what you use. What matters is how you use it and what you do. Okay? Good. I love you all, guys. Go and crush it. Grow your income so that you can grow your impact.